I hope I am being heard from the last one down there. Am I being heard? Alright, thank you so much. May we please start with our individual prayers before we go deep into the program process. Thank you all for your presence and then for your patience towards the commencement of the opening ceremony of the third trainings of GID officers of Hostmanship. My name is Inspector Simando. I am the PR of the Gambia Immigration Department, and I will take the honor to moderate today's opening ceremony. Before we go any further, I would want to acknowledge the presence of the following individuals in this occasion. Starting with the main man, the main boss here, I wish to acknowledge the presence of the Director General of Immigration, Mr. Ibrahim Mbok, who is currently with us on the high table. Then to the Netherlands team, I want to also announce the presence of Mr. Roger Hekking, the Deputy Ambassador, Embassy of Netherlands, Republic of Senegal. We also have Mr. Rob van Bokovin, Director of International Affairs, Ministry of Justice and Security. We also have in our midst Ms. Lara Mercy, Senior Advisor, Ministry of Justice and Security of Netherlands. And we also have the Hostmanship trainer for today's occasion, Mr. Malik Smolder, who is also with us. Mr. Malik, you're welcome. Then we have Mr. Stanfred Poda, the Frontex EU Liaison Officer, who is also with us in this occasion. I also want to acknowledge the presence of our sister forces who are also present with us. Most particularly, I wish to acknowledge Mr. Kemo Jen, the AFSEC Security Manager of GCAA, Mr. Kebe, the Head of DILIC in airport here, Lieutenant Colonel Amadou Bojang, Head of Security Coordinator, who is also with us today, Mr. Samba Sow, Director of SIS in Banjul Airport here as well, and Mr. Manlafi Jaune, Deputy Head of Security Coordinator in the airport as well. Among the delegates that also accompany the Director of Immigration includes Commissioner Mariam Nyang, who is our very host today in this occasion in the airport. Now we taking the reception, and we do hope to have a very successful event today. Then we also have Commissioner Ibrahim Mane, Commissioner of the Gambia Commission for Refugees of the Gambia Immigration Department. We have Commissioner Ahmed Fall, who is the Commissioner of the Kanifing Municipality of the GID, currently with us as well. We also have Assistant Commissioner Abdi Cham, who is also with us today. And then next to Commissioner Abdi Cham is Superintendent Sanudiba, the officer in charge of the protocol unit of the Gambia Immigration Department. To all other senior officers, commissioners, and also other ranks present today with us, trainees, media personnel, and all other protocols respectfully observed, I greet you in the most peaceful way. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the Hostmanship training of GID officers in the airport. Today marks the third occasion since this particular initiative has been introduced for GID officers. And the initiative, a courtesy and credit goes to the history behind a GID officer who was in contact with some Netherlands personnel with regards to how best can we promote our officers' capacity. And Commissioner Mane here took upon that privilege to be able to at least make certain contacts and have today's occasion to be in this occasion. It was through his foresight and observance of how we need to empower GID officers that he was able to make this contact. And without also the support of the Netherlands team, it wouldn't have been a possibility. We have seen far and wide the impact that we have seen in this training of GID officers. Over the past two trainings, we have seen that we have improved in capacity. The way we receive guests into the Gambia and how do we reception to them is always very important. And courtesy of this particular initiative goes to your efforts and your support to GID entirely. Now, this event is as important as any other event because the GID's leadership had been very much staunch on trying to promote capacity of officers. If you go to our strategic plan 2019-2024, it has been outlined that we want to promote our capacity of officers to be able to deliver to their service effectively and also efficiently. And that is why we cannot underscore the importance of this occasion. Now we want to take this chance to say thank you for the support. And then in today's occasion, we are going to have a list of activities. First among it is going to be briefly, we're going to have a statement by the by Mr. Roger Hekin, the Deputy Ambassador, Embassy of Netherlands in Senegal. From Mr. Hekin's statement, we're going to have a statement by Rob van Bochevin. I hope I got that pronunciation correctly. Perfect. The Director of National Affairs, Ministry of Justice and Security. Then we will have a statement from the Director General of Immigration, Mr. Ibrahim Mboup, who will also take this honor to extend his words to the Netherlands team. Then from there we have a closing statement of the opening ceremony. Now after the closing of this statement, we are going to have an official photo session where we have the trainees together with Netherlands team and the director himself to take a group picture, at least as a way of serving a souvenir for this particular occasion. And from there we're going to have a short media interview for Commissioner Young and also the Netherlands team with the media personnel as well. So this is our item for today's occasion, and I want to welcome you all. We do hope to have a very successful activity. Now, without any further ado, I will take this chance to now invite a statement from Mr. Roger Hekin, the Deputy Ambassador of Netherlands in Senegal, to give his statement. So you have it.
Thank you very much. Dear Director General of the Gambia Immigration Department, dear Commissioners, dear participants, good morning, and thank you for the very warm welcome. It's an honor to be with you here for the third Hostmanship training for the Gambian Immigration Department. Mr. Van Bokhoven will surely tell you more about the training itself, but let me briefly highlight how this specific cooperation fits neatly in a much broader relationship between our country, the Netherlands, and your country, the Gambia. As you might know, both our countries have close political and economic cooperation ties. For example, with large Dutch multinationals like Royal Haskoning and Damen shipyards, doing business and sharing expertise in the Gambia's maritime and port sectors. And I actually came via Barra to Banjul yesterday on a ferry that was built and maintained by the Dutch company Damen. The Netherlands also cooperates with the Gambia on international law, fighting injustice and impunity and promoting human rights. And as an example of this, the Netherlands is intervening in the so-called Rohingya genocide case in the International Court of Justice that was brought forward by the Gambia. But let me bring it back to the topic of today, hostmanship, and where this ties into the relationship between our countries. Because beyond those projects and initiatives from governments, companies and other organizations, there are simply many, many people involved. And the bilateral relationships between the Gambia and the Netherlands are especially marked by this special human connection and the human link that connects our two nations. And this is most evident here, I think, at the airport. The Gambia is a favorite destination for over 30,000 Dutch tourists each year, and the home of over 300 Dutch nationals who became so attached to your country and now contribute to the Gambian economy and society. For most, if not all of them, the welcome they receive here at the airport from you as a GID officer is their first encounter with the smiling coast. So in that sense, your natural sense of hostmanship already played a significant role in cementing that human connection between our two countries. Dear participants, let me wrap up by encouraging you to making this a productive and insightful day, and multiple days. And I wish to express my sincere appreciation for your time and your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hekin. That was indeed such, but quite inspiring and informative as well. I think 3 takeaways are important in what you have just said. You've outlined use of knowledge sharing, which is quite key in being able to develop our capacity as officers. And I think your initiative is quite inspiring as you're able to share your experience and your expertise with GRE officers in trying to promote hostmanship. You've also outlined that Gambia serves as residence for Dutch nationals at the same time, a tourist hub as well. I think the slogan that we are the smiling coast of West Africa really resonates with us, and the fact that we're able to host most of your nationals is also very important. We wish to thank you for the service, and we look forward to seeing more collaboration as well. As of now, we would want to call on the second speaker for this festive occasion, and this is going to be a statement by Mr. Rob Van Boekeven, Director of National Affairs, Minister of Justice and Security, to also deliver his statement before we move to the occasion.
Thank you. Nice.
Ismail. Come on, Mike. Don't. This guy. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you very much. Dear Director General, the Gambian Immigration Department, Commissioner of the Banjul International Airport, their commissioners, their supervisors, and hostmanship ambassadors, and ladies and gentlemen of the press, welcome and good morning. My name is Rob van Boekeven and I am the Director of International Affairs within the Ministry of Justice and Security, responsible for immigration. It's both an honor and a privilege to be with you here in the 3rd hostmanship training for the Gambian Immigration Service. A significant moment in our journey of bilateral collaboration between our 2 services. The hostmanship training is not merely about acquiring a set of skills. It's about embracing a mindset that places respect, care, and dignity in every interaction. Hostmanship, as the art of making people feel welcome, is a principle that resonates deeply with the values of our 2 organizations. The first step in this endeavor was taken in June last year, my first time here in the Gambia, when all staff of the Banjul International Airport were trained on the hostmanship philosophy. This first training has already, as already said this morning, set a standard of professionalism and hospitality, making a profound difference for everyone passing the airport. You are the first ambassadors of the country, of course. In September last year, the selected ambassadors and supervisors received their in-depth training. We have now reached the 3rd training, in which, apart from training new staff, we move forward with the certification of the ambassadors and supervisors. And they will play a crucial role in carrying the hostmanship mentality and inspiring others in their team. And as we embark on this new phase, I encourage each of you to embrace the principles of hostmanship in your daily work. By doing so, you will not only enrich the experience of those you serve, but also inspire pride and purpose within yourselves and your teams. This milestone could not have been reached without the dedication and hard work of everyone involved here today in this room. And I would like to express my deepest gratitude for the commitment and leadership of the DG, Mr. Mbo. Your dedication to the development and professionalism growth of the Gambian Immigration Department has been vital in making this initiative reality. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Airport Commissioner, Madam Nian, and Commissioner Mane, and of course the Earl Stanford Houder here today, for their tireless efforts and support. Finally, I would like to thank Mr. Marnix Smulders, our hostmanship expert, whose guidance and dedication has been instrumental in delivering the training. Your professionalism and passion for the art of hostmanship are evident, and I know your impact will resonate far beyond this classroom today. Let us celebrate this partnership and shared commitment and the transformative power of human connection. Together, we are not only building skills, but also creating a legacy of hospitality and mutual respect that will endure the coming years. I will thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Buchavin. I think I would have to go to Dutch. How to pronounce these words. So before we go to the last statement, I would just want to explicitly outline two of the things you've mentioned in your speech, which I think should resonate with the trainees that we have in this occasion. You've made mention of embracing a mindset for respect, care, and dignity. As immigration officers, our work entails connecting with people, being able to make them feel safe when they come into the Gambia. Especially the airport serving as a first point of entry for those who come into the country. We were able to show them that level of being respectful to them and very much supportive to what they come in to do is very much important. And being able to develop those officers' capacity, for them to know how well can they handle those situations. Be that friendly individual, smiley when they see them on the face. Because last time I came here to take some photo shots, of course, Commissioner could manifest to that. When we came, I took very good shots. And I could imagine whenever they talk to people arriving into the Gambia, you can see that level of love they show in them, in their connections with them. And this is a manifestation that the training they had been given before is still manifesting in the work that they are doing. So we look forward to seeing more of these engagements. You've also made mention of how do we inspire pride and also hospitality. Gambia in West Africa is seen as one of the most hospitable countries we have. When it comes to our very friendly beaches, coming down to friendly human beings we have here, we tend to inspire hope when we receive guests into the country. And this hostmanship training will still add more of these efforts in trying to be that peaceful country. Now, before we call on the next speaker, I would just want to say a few things, because I've had the privilege to work with this person over the past 3 months as the PRO of the GID. And what I could see is always vision. A vision to be able to move the GID from where it is today to a more advanced stage. And when we see leaders who are committed to not just trying to empower themselves, but empower those who work under them, our only part to play is to support their initiatives. And I think it is part of our mandate as officers to know that our director here had been doing a very great work. And what we have seen as successes of the GID had been a collective effort of the senior management, the core command, his leadership, and the entire GID officers. And if we're here today, it is key for us to always note that where we are, the famous words of Shakespeare will always have to circle down, that the whole world is a stage, and every man or a woman is an actor of their own. That we all have our exits and our entrances, and one man in his own path plays different roles. So your role is today to train these officers, but they also have a part to play in trying to promote that particular agenda. So at this particular juncture, I would want to call on the final speaker for this festive occasion, and then he is going to speak on behalf of the department as a leader who had always had the foresight to also empower those whom he is working with. Director of Immigration, Mr. Ibrahim Mbou, you are highly welcome to give your statement.
Assalamu alaikum. I would like to begin by appreciating and welcoming Mr. Godia Heking, Deputy Ambassador of the Netherlands in the Republic of Senegal, Mr. Bob van Buchavin, Director of International Affairs, Ministry of Justice and Security, Ms. Lara Mels, Senior Advisor, Ministry of Justice and Security of the Netherlands, Mr. Manik Smothers, the Hostmanship trainer, my old friend and brother, Mr. Stanford Porter, Frontex EU liaison officer. We also have our Gambian colleagues around, Mr. Kim Wajay, security manager, AFSEC, Mr. Kebe, head of Delhi, Lieutenant Colonel Ahmad Julian, head of security, that's the NSA's office, BIA, Mr. Samba Sol, director of SIS BIA, and Malafi Jawne, deputy head of security BIA, and CSP Fadjame, the police officer BIA, and the media team. Before I move further, I'll also appreciate the presence of Commissioner Fal from KM, my protocol team, the PRO, the rest of immigration officers here present. Good morning to you all and Happy New Year. Before I begin my speech, I think it's very important to domesticate and understand the word Hostmanship. Gambia is known for its hospitality, and it's a home and a destination for over 300,000 tourists each year. But maybe I want to throw this on the floor to first ask. We have our local dialects and we recognize the words that definitely we swallow. But I would like to ask, what does it mean when we say Hostmanship in our local language? I think somebody needs to help me there.
Dalal.
Another language I can hear from Wolof.
Lundangia.
Lundangia. Good. I think it is very important for us to understand the word Hostmanship. First of all, I know in a Mandinka dialect we say Luntangogia. You all know what it takes when we are to have somebody within our midst, a stranger. What do you do? In the Wolof context, we say Dala. If you want to say Bismillah to somebody, you have all those tickets. I know with our Wolof community, you have that a container that has the milk. You know, in our African way, you already make somebody very comfortable. You bring everything necessary for the person. You're so caring, particularly if the person is sick or is not doing very well. So I just want, before my speech, to ensure that we swallow and understand that this is a Gambian culture, and of course, we should be able to recognize that hospitality has something much to do with the word Hostmanship. Because somebody is coming to meet you, what should you do? As a Gambian, I think we've been very, very well known for that. But it's important that we are trained with the techniques of what Hostmanship is about. And thereby, most important for border officers, in particular, border officials, immigration officers, police officers, SIS, and everybody that stands at that point where we have to say goodbye and where we have to say welcome. So on behalf of the Gambia Immigration Department and the Honorable Minister of the Interior, I warmly welcome you, the Netherlands team and delegation, to the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia, a nation where every smile is gentle. Allow me to introduce my esteemed delegation of senior immigration officers gracing this important training and capacity building program at the Banjul International Airport. Commissioner Maria Manyan is a very seasoned officer, and when I came in and was to deploy officers, I tried to look at each and everybody, consider your skill, consider your length of service, consider your strength, and I identify them according to how I know them. I want to say thank you for hosting us today. Commissioner Ahmed Fall was at the airport before he moved to KM. And it's important that Commissioner Fall and his wealth of experience, Commissioner Fall is one peaceful person who is also a senior person. And I believe we all know who Fall is. He's never been in any trouble with anybody. We have a metropolitan city, KM, and I think as big as KM, Commissioner Fall will be able to deal with everything that we know can happen within that community. Thank you. The person I'm coming to call has read law, very experienced, and we have the Refugee Act to review. I now look into an officer who I believe can be part of this reform and to review some of these documents because he's never tired. And that is Commissioner Ibrahim Mane. Thank you very much. The rest of my colleagues, I want to say you have the opportunity this time. Simply because I know there was a mass movement where 564 officers were moved, all 5 years and above. I took the bold step to create the opportunity for greater learning, efficiency, and development of skills in line with Goal 10 of our SP, performance enhancement and management. Now that you are here, we have so many officers who were trained on this same program. It's an opportunity for you to step in, understand what you need at the border. The thing and what is different is we can't be just at one place for so long. We need to rotate. That's what our shared goals. I am proud to report significant improvement in service delivery and operational efficiency by GID staff at Banjul International Airport. The art of making passengers feel welcome have greatly enhanced our professionalism and bolstered our reputation. This partnership and the training it facilitates are invaluable in our journey towards excellence. Now, looking ahead, I am pleased to inform you that the Gambia Immigration Department first strategic plan 2019 to 2024 has concluded, and we are on the verge of launching a revised plan for 2025 to 2029. This strategy underscores our commitment to include human rights and gender equality as additional goal to the ongoing identified 10 goals of the GID. However, realizing 11 goals ambitious requires sustained support, particularly in advancing human rights and gender-focused initiatives. We are confident that the Kingdom of Netherlands and its partners will continue to stand by us. Deputy Ambassador Higgins, given the complexity of good governance in the security sector reforms, it is evident that financial resources are indispensable for the successful implementation of these strategic priorities. Therefore, we call upon the government and the Kingdom of Netherlands, based on the values placed on sustainable development goals, the revised National Development Plan of the Gambia, and the cooperation between the EU and the Gambia. I believe that addressing human capital development and exposure to advanced techniques of handling passengers, ethics and ethical behavior at work, good conduct, will in turn resolve challenges related to border management. We remain hopeful for our continued support, both directly and indirectly. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge all participants to embrace this opportunity, engage fully, absorb the knowledge imparted, and let this professional training shape your career as immigration officers. Remember, the investment made here today, both in resources and expertise, is meant to uplift and empower you. Anything less than full commitment would fall short of our high expectations. Allow me to conclude with a brilliant citation of one-time Greek scholar John C. Maxwell, who once went underscoring the value and importance of education and said, I quote, "Education is the foundation of success, but learning is the key to unlock your potential," unquote. This training is a pathway to becoming leaders in your field. Use this knowledge to lead with excellence, ensuring that every individual who interacts with you feels genuinely welcome and valued. To this end, I wish to thank profoundly our Netherlands delegation, Netherlands government for their continued support, ensuring GID secured an excellent service delivery, a pathway to the fulfillment of a common goal. To the Gambia,
thank you very much, DG Ibrahim Mbok. I think thank you so much, sir. That was quite an inspiring speech. So as of now, we've come to the tail end of the opening ceremony. We would go outside and take an official picture because we have other errands to run. But then, after the official picture, we can also have the media to also have an interview with the Dutch team and also Commissioner Nyam as well. Thank you all for your presence, and we look forward to seeing you all.
Thank you, Phil.